Alright, so now this is the second live stream of this fine afternoon. The audio was apparently terrible on the first one. So we'll see how the second one is here. Get some of this out of the way. Let me get all this set up, guys. Sorry, we are figuring some stuff out there. Do not disturb. Get that out of the way here.
Hopefully that's better.
Alright, hopefully that's better there. We switched equipment.
That's better.
Hopefully
Okay.
that is good.
Yeah, you never really know.
No, you never really
what
know.
What you're gonna get.
Yeah, so hopefully that's rolling now.
Yep.
Yeah, so
good,
sorry
good,
for
good
the
there.
technical difficulties, but that's how it goes when you're YouTubing, I guess. It's
Yeah.
not a production.
Gotta just...
It's not a TV show. But cool, now it's rolling.
Yeah, cool.
So that's cool. I don't know what it was. I wonder if it's this phone or...
It was probably just the charger.
Could have been the charger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had
It's not a
a
very nice
charger
charger.
plugged in to the camera, trying to charge it while we're live streaming it. Sometimes you'll get like some feedback off of that.
I think that charger is not very good either.
Yeah, I agree with that. The cords, man, like anymore you buy a good charging cord, it's like $20 for one cord.
Well, even Apple, like if you buy an Apple product to go with your Apple product, like I think the Apple ones are notorious for like busting like right at the tip where it plugs into your phone. Like give it a couple months and it's gonna break either way.
They probably do it on purpose that way, make you constantly buy these new cords. So now I try to buy cheaper cords off of Amazon, and yeah, you get stuff like that happening.
Buying those too.
Yeah, constantly buying those too.
I have to sneeze.
Liz has to sneeze, so hopefully that works out for you. Well, hopefully everybody is doing well here. It's been a little bit since we ran the live stream and joined you guys for any questions that you got, or kind of just catching up with you guys a little bit. And yeah, so hopefully everybody is doing well.
Yeah, I hope so. Staying as cool as possible. I know there's a lot of heat going on around the world right now. Summertime can get a little rough out there for sure.
Yeah, it's a little warm. It is 80. Ooh, it went up. So this first one, I said 85. Right now it is almost 87. So it's gone up just 2 degrees in like the last 5 minutes here.
Yeah.
So it's getting hot. 87 here for us is pretty warm.
Yes.
Who do we got? Oh, we got Mr. Jed coming up the stairs.
In the house.
Molly's in the house. Who else we got in the house? Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you. Martin, Marshall, Michelle.
What is up?
Deborah, Jay, JM.
Cool.
Henry.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Richard Titcomb. Yeah, Molly.
Welcome, welcome. Cool. Well, thank you guys. Hopefully everybody is doing well wherever they are at. Drop a line like wherever you're at if you got a question. Yeah, whatever's going on, we figured we'd just be hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, on this nice Wednesday evening.
Yeah, what did we get done today? We did some work this morning. We cleaned up at the bottom this morning. We got a lot going on here over the next couple weeks, so we did a little bit of cleaning down at the bottom.
We went to the creek.
Took the dogs for a swim down at the creek. The creek is lovely. Finally warmed up.
Yeah.
Seemed like it took forever for the creek to warm up here this spring.
And then now it's like almost a trickle. Like it was, well, it seems like it compared to what it was earlier.
Debbie Downer over here. Almost a trickle.
Well,
like hundreds of gallons a minute, thousands of gallons a minute.
Yeah, but it seems like it's a trickle compared to how it was this spring.
Yeah, it was rushing this spring.
It was rushing.
But what if you compare your trickle to last summer's?
Well, it's not the end of summer yet.
Okay.
Hasn't even hit August.
Yeah, it's
Apparently
nice.
I'm a Debbie Downer.
It's just a trickle.
Kind of seems like it.
Freaking rushing.
Every time we go over there, it's lower.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see.
The creek is nice though.
The creek is nice. How's the garden coming along? It's coming along. Yeah, we've been eating lots of beets.
Beets and
the beet leaves.
Beet leaves.
Thanks to Molly. She's the one that gave us that little tip. So we've been eating beet leaves and everything.
Snap peas.
Yeah.
Eating a couple snap peas, and we got some strawberries.
Yeah, the raspberries are blooming too.
Raspberries, the thimbleberries, which is basically a wild raspberry.
You like those more than raspberries, don't you?
I think they're sweeter than raspberries. Yeah, I think the thimbleberries are much better.
I love those raspberries. I could live on them.
The raspberries are good. The thimbleberries are like much more delicate than the raspberry, so it's...
They get like smushed really easy.
Yeah, even if you were to put them all in a bag, just the weight from themselves would crush all of them.
You have thimbleberry soup.
Yeah, it'd be delicious.
I think you can do, I know with raspberries, you can make like tea and stuff like that. I wonder if you could do that with thimbleberries.
Yeah, I bet it'd be really good. What else do we got out of the garden? Not much other than that.
It's kind of a...
All the corn is struggling. We do have some corn in pots that's doing good. Some of the tomatoes in the pots are doing good.
Our flowers are all doing good.
I'm going to put these dogs downstairs because I'm afraid they're going to hit this camera stand.
Hey, they're getting all cranked.
Yeah, they're starting to get all worked up. I'm going to put them downstairs.
The squash is all doing really good.
Come on, doggos.
That's for sure. Okay, he's putting the dogs downstairs. I'm going to read a few more comments. Let's see, 112 in Arizona. That is really hot. Arizona, notorious for being really hot. When is Liz going to run the excavator? I don't know. I don't have like the biggest desire in the world to like run big machinery. I'd rather like be the person on the ground doing the other little jobs.
The pointing.
Yeah, doing all that. So I don't know. I'll probably learn here eventually. I'd say. But yeah, sometime soon. Like I said, no huge desire to run big machinery. I think I just doubt myself too much.
She'd do fine.
I do fine. Smart enough. Let's see.
It is a big piece of equipment, though.
Yeah. Idaho is trying to convince Arizona and Texas it's hot there. I know, right? Us Idaho folks.
It's hot for us.
Yeah. I mean, it's 85 degrees. It's pretty warm, but yeah.
It's definitely hot for us.
Not compared to you guys down there, I know.
Yeah, no. Really, no contest.
No, for sure.
Yeah, no, I gotta sneeze, too.
Let's see. Do we plan on canning anything from our garden? I don't know that we're going to have enough to can, to be honest. We do want to try canning some chicken, so we're actually harvesting our meat birds here within the next couple of weeks.
Yep, probably 2 or 3 weeks.
But yeah, vegetables wise, I don't think we're gonna have enough to can at all, which is what it is. We might have had too much going on this season anyways to really dive into it too deep.
You see Squeaky Sue?
Where's
Get out
she?
of the way. She's on the back of the chair. Trying to get behind the blanket.
She's gonna rip it down.
I'll get her.
Yeah, Squeaky Sue. Her name's actually Ida.
Hey.
But yeah, we're gonna try canning the chicken. I think we're gonna freeze a bunch. We have 20 meat birds right now that we're gonna butcher here in the next couple weeks. Gonna freeze some, can some, and then we actually have 25 more coming in a week.
A week from today.
Actually, yeah, I ended up liking them. I think the birds are.
The meat birds?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk meat birds.
Talk meat birds. They're easy. We have the Freedom Rangers. It was a bit of a hassle when we first got them. We ended up losing 5 pretty quickly.
That was probably our fault. This is
Our
the
fault.
first time we've ever done meat chickens, so
Yeah.
obviously we have a lot to learn. But yeah, so we lost 5 right off the bat, and what we were doing was we essentially just had a bucket in there, and they all really like to pile into the bucket. And that kind of trained them to pile on top of each other. So
Yeah.
a few of them ended up getting smothered, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we learned our lesson the hard way. And we haven't lost a single bird in months.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah, we're coming up to butcher date, and it looks like we're going to have 20 of them. Oh,
Good
there
job.
goes the blanket.
Good job.
Yeah, we're gonna have 20 of them.
Yeah.
Look, she's nuts. She's going crazy back here.
Yeah, she's a freaking nutter.
Oh, where'd the tack go?
Oh, it was held up by a tack. Now the tack is on the floor. Okay, so canning anything. We got our first flowers on our pumpkin. That's exciting. Why are you wasting time on a tree house when you should spend more time protecting the back of your house? You guys
don't
shouldn't.
need to protect
You
the
guys
back of the
shouldn't
house.
assume that we are wasting our time, because we are aware of the situation. So we're not wasting our time. Things are happening. Just because we're not showing it necessarily doesn't mean things aren't happening. So yeah, we'll just leave that at that. The time is not being wasted. I promise.
The time is now.
The time is.
Time is
Yeah,
now.
we know
There's
the
no
severity
time.
of the situation, and things are rolling. So yeah, we're not wasting our time. Thank you very much. So the sound is great. How's the water situation?
Water is good. Yeah, when we let's see, water. Let's talk water then.
Water is good.
When we pulled the well pump, that really stirred up a lot of sediment in well number 2. Anybody that's followed along for a while, well number 2 is very, very dirty. Well number 1 is super clean. Well number 1 is through just about 220 feet of straight granite. So that is very, very clean water. Does not reproduce itself really fast, so it doesn't refill. You know, as we suck the water out of it, well number 1 does not fill up very fast. It's about 1 quart of water every minute. You know, and you might think that that is a bit of water, and it is a bit of water. But we do have to be conscientious about how we use that water. So we pretty much never irrigate off of well number 1.
Right. We tried
Only
that
well
for a
number
little
2.
while, and it plugged up the filters in our house like really quickly. Or no, other way around. Sorry, we went to.
We tried to irrigate off of well number 1 and ran it dry really, really
There you
quickly because it wouldn't reproduce. And what's really difficult about that is there's a thing called head pressure when you're talking water wells. Or I guess any water, has head pressure if you have enough vertical climb. But if once we drive this well, you suck the well dry, you know, past a certain point, since that pump is so deep, we now need to let the water recoup up to a certain point. Even though, you know, we may have water above the pump, we don't have enough head pressure to be able to circulate that water around. So that's a tough situation for us to be in, and it takes like about 24 hours to build up enough to get to that point.
Right.
And the second well.
The second well.
Let's talk about the second well. That was all the first well.
Is good. That's our irrigation well, so it's not very deep. What is like 50 feet?
I think that one's 55.
55 feet, and then we get, I say like six or so gallons a minute. Quite a bit of water, so it's plenty for our needs. And that's one that's super, super sandy. So we use that only for irrigation. We did try to run it up to the house for a while, and it plugged up our filters like really quickly. Just like super, super fine sand, almost like silt.
Yeah, talcum powder.
Yeah, so that
very fine.
That well is like pretty much specifically for irrigation, and it works great for that. So we're able to like split it up and not have to, you know, run the risk of running our well dry or plugging our filters every month or so.
Yeah.
So we are like fortunate in that situation that we could figure it out and have enough for all of our needs.
We have a good system to control the wells too. We essentially have each well on its own switch, all connected to the same circuit, all connected to the same line via just a set of valves underneath the ground. So it's really easy for us to go down to the panel. We just have an outdoor panel right there at the wellhead. We can select between number 1 or number 2, meaning we're just turning on a switch to either well number 1. If we want to run well number 2, we shut off the switch to number 1, turn on the switch to number 2.
Right.
Super easy.
Yeah, it works good.
For the situation we're in, it definitely works. It's definitely not ideal, but we've learned to make it work. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it works out well. And then I think eventually we will get to a point where well number 2 is going to be very clean.
Hopefully.
Like I said, we had ran it and it was getting to a point where it was really clean, but then when we pulled the pump out to replace it with the cable that you guys saw, we made a video about it, that stirred up a lot of sediment again. You know, we started knocking stuff around on the casing and on the liner, and it just got really, really dirty again, and yeah, plugged the filters immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty gnarly, pretty crazy how fine some of that stuff is. Some people might be worried about the pump that we have in that well. That is a specific pump for a situation like that. It's called a jacuzzi pump. It's made for wells that are really gritty and really sandy. So the pump is specifically designed for stuff like that. So I don't see any longevity issues with that.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully we got a while.
A while for sure.
Yeah.
I did see Charlie ask if we're allowed to pull water from the creek since we're so close to that.
Mm-hmm.
We are allowed to. Yeah, there's options to like, you know, run a line over, run a line under. There's quite a few permits that you have to have in order to like, you know, do it legally and everything.
Yeah, so like what you were just talking about, for us to plumb into the creek, that's very difficult to do legally. Very, very difficult.
Yeah,
but in Idaho, any Idaho resident can put a water tank in the back of their pickup, in the back of their SUV, on a trailer, park next to the creek with a pump and pump the water into their tank and do it that way.
Yeah,
As
there
long
you
as
go.
you're not like permanently plumbing into the creek,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, very legal, 100%
Very
legal.
legal.
There's actually commercial companies that I see doing it.
Yeah,
I,
on right by us.
yeah, they're pulling out thousands of gallons of water at a time. So yeah, very legal to do it if you're putting it into a tank. But if you're permanently plumbing
yeah.
it, it's very difficult.
Very difficult, yeah.
We have neighbors that have plumbed into the creek to water their cattle and stuff, and they said it takes years to
Get,
go
like,
through the
proper permits and
permitting and
everything.
yeah. But it is a nice fallback, you know, if stuff ever really got crazy, we do know that we could just run over the creek. Liz and I run all of our water through a filter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we could essentially dump the creek water straight into our water filter and be perfectly fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is an option if we wanted to.
Yeah, it is a nice fallback.
I know, yeah, a lot of people around us do just that.
Yeah, I think eventually I'd love to have a tank up on the mountain and run like a complete gravity-fed water system off of like a catchment system. We know, and you guys know, how much water we can produce just off of this mountain here
Yeah.
during a couple rainstorms.
Yeah, rainstorms and then the snow melt too.
Right, yeah, the snow melt, that'd be a tremendous one. I think we could fill up a couple 1,000-gallon tanks easily in a springtime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's kind of like the maybe like long-term plan, I don't know, 5 years or whatever, in order like to do the garden, have that be like gravity fed and
Yeah,
all that would
for
be
sure,
cool.
off the garden.
We have the spot to do it. We just have to get there.
Right, yeah. I think a gravity-fed system would be an excellent option. Another downfall to the well system is that's a 220 pump. Once we finally convert to a full off-grid system, we're going to have to get a decent setup as far as inverters go to be able just to run that pump. I know there are other options as far as off-grid well pumps, but a gravity-fed system would just be much more basic,
Yeah.
much easier.
For sure.
Yeah, be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
That's the water sitch.
Another
pretzel.
Let's see. I'm going to catch up on some comments here.
Okay, I like your hat.
Yeah, thank you. Just got this.
Oh.
With your land acquisition, did you maintain water and/or mineral rights? Are there any covenants imposed on the deed? I understand both can be issues in Idaho.
Oh,
Yeah,
we got everything.
we have everything. Yep. Let's see. Do we have filters on our water? Yes, we have multiple different filters, for sure.
Yeah, we have. It's hard to filter straight well water without spending quite a bit of money on a filter system. You know, you can go through like, I think they got reverse osmosis. They got UV filters you can run them through, and that's where you really start packing up into the big bucks. So we just run like a basic, not a basic, but a sediment system. I don't know the microns, but I believe we run it through 2 paper filters and then a carbon filter, a carbon charcoal filter, and that's all on the well pump. And even through that, guys, you'd be amazed at some of the stuff that still gets through those filters. And I mean, it's a really fine filter that's going through. So that's why we feel it's just better to run everything through legitimate water filter. You know, so we got like one of those Berkey water filters that we run like all the drinking water through and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think we could have a satisfactory system without running through the Berkey system. It's really big bucks right now.
Yeah.
It's not super feasible for us. It was more practical to just have the countertop filter.
Yeah. That's working good.
Yeah, works well.
Really good.
Works really well.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you plan on drilling deeper on the first well? I don't think we're going to touch the wells. It's enough for our needs right now. I think if we, like we had just talked about, if we do want more water, we're going to try doing like a gravity system. Like I said, pulling from the river if we really want to. But for right now, both of our wells together is plenty of water for our needs.
I think if anything, it'd make a heck of a video to drop a stick of dynamite down the first well and try to frack it. I think there's a really good chance that we'd get some water out of it too. We've done a lot of research, and there's been a lot of people in our very similar situation, and they have their well fracked and they have water.
A lot more water.
Yeah, we looked into fracking it legitimately, and that's some big bucks too. So maybe if we do a little redneck dynamite video, I'm sure YouTube would love that one.
That'd be very good for the water, though.
That's what they used to do back in the day. There's so many stories from like people right around here. Oh yeah, drop a stick of dynamite down there.
Yeah. For now, our water is good.
The risk you run with that is it could collapse the entire well.
Right.
You know.
And then, yeah, it's all in vain.
And then it's all in vain. But the other benefit to it.
Maybe
Is
you'll get water.
Oodles of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some pretty wild stories out there about people fracking their wells.
For sure. But yeah, for now, I think our water situation is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're set. It's definitely not ideal, but we're doing okay.
Okay.
We're making it work. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Aren't running out of drinking water. Aren't running out of bathing water, cooking water.
Laundry.
No irrigation water, or no shortage of irrigation water. Yeah. So we're doing okay.
Yeah, I agree. John, his water well is 740 feet.
740-foot well.
Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah,
Hopefully you
that's a
get
deep
lots of
one.
water.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to see the differences throughout even just our county.
Yeah,
Pretty amazing.
for sure.
This cat is just going nuts back here.
She'll find like a piece of trash or like a piece of plastic and just like make the most noise humanly possible. She's pretty cute though.
Look, she's going nuts.
Okay, Spirit Lake in the house.
Whoop whoop.
Nice job. Hey neighbor. Good to see ya. Let's see. Happy Wednesday.
Thank y'all for joining
Good to
us.
see your Labradors.
Gotta lock them out. They hit
Yeah.
the camera stand. Big old tails wagging around.
Yeah, they're a bit crazy. I feel like, especially like if you're doing something like even remotely important, is when they want to be their craziest. So they go down to the shop when we do live streams.
Man, thank you guys for joining us. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Looks like we
couple
got
hundred people.
over 200 people in here right now. Don't forget to smash that like button. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully everybody's doing good on this beautiful Wednesday. It is 89 degrees now. So we've gone up almost 4 degrees just in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's getting warmer.
It is getting warmer. I think, isn't the peak heat of the day at 5 o'clock?
Yeah, right around there.
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, almost 90 degrees.
Yeah, get warm here. At least warm for us. I know a
Yeah.
lot of you guys are much
Texas,
warmer.
Arizona, pretty much everywhere.
Us North folk though, we don't fare well in that really hot heat.
Yeah.
Just
if it's
'cause we're
really
not
hot
used
or
to
if
it.
it's really cold, it pretty much has to be like the perfect temperature for us.
We do very good in the cold compared to the people in Texas.
But we don't get like Arctic cold.
No,
You
but I
know.
think some Texas people would think we get Arctic cold.
For sure, yeah.
I've seen people down there, it's like 60 degrees out and they got winter jackets on,
Yeah, oh yeah.
you know. Yeah, it's just like what you get used to, what you get acclimated to.
For sure.
Yeah.
You want to read some comments?
Sure. Where are we at here?
I was just kind of, let's see, right there.
Okay.
Labradors.
Oh, Labradors. Okay. Let's see. Richard Titcomb's in the house. Did you get new camera equipment? No, we're just still running off the iPhone.
iPhones.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you. You said the picture and volume is better than ever. So thank you.
Yeah, they do have good camera.
They
for
do.
sure.
I swear it. Some of these updates, like sometimes it seems that like the microphone starts working better all of a sudden.
Yeah.
In the Apple update. So they're in there meddling with all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know how it goes.
Maybe my phone's not updated.
Oh, that could
Pretty
have
sure
been
it
it
is,
too.
though. I'll look. But
Did you build the treehouse for fun or for hunting? Well, figured it would get better content if we label it a treehouse rather than
hunting
a
stuff
hunting
doesn't
blind.
doesn't usually do very good.
Yeah, so I think it'll work for hunting.
I think
Definitely.
a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice spot to go and just chill.
Yeah, really nice spot. Especially like up in the trees. It seems like there's much less mosquitoes just 15 feet up in those trees. Yeah, so kind of cool. Let's see. Six Bang is in the house. What is up?
What's up, you guys? Thank you for joining us.
Jay Richards loves the treehouse. Thank you.
Can I have some of those pretzels?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, pretzels.
Yeah. Let's see. Oslin Living. What's up? Vlad from Melbourne. Thank you for popping in.
Thank you for joining us, you guys.
Just popping in. Wondering how your chimney held up this past winter with the brace you put on the roof. Man, we dodged a bullet on that one. So you guys saw that we put the brace up there with snow on the roof. That, honestly, that sucked. That was scary doing that. But we got it up there, made it work. I would say no more than a week or two after that, we had some of the biggest snowfall we've seen in years here in Idaho. We easily had 3 feet of snow on the ground. Probably didn't have 3 feet of snow on the roof just because it had slid throughout that time. I'd say the most snow we had was probably 1.5 to 2 feet on the roof. and it all slid, and somehow it did not take out that chimney. So the diverter worked. I think we should probably reassess it
Before this next winter.
before this next winter. Maybe add some height to it. Maybe add some additional support bars to it. But yeah, that diverter definitely did its job somehow.
Yeah.
Very pleased. We got lucky with that one for sure.
Yeah, I feel like we learned a lot this winter.
Yeah.
Just like being in a new place. Had never gotten that much snow before. It's like you get it out of the way all at once, and then now you know.
Yeah, kind of figuring it out.
Yeah.
Throwing all the curveballs at us. We've hit a few out of the park.
I'd say.
Yeah.
We're still standing, though.
Still standing. Still in the box.
Yeah.
Josh, are you guys where you thought you would be at this point when you first started? Not a chance.
No, what did you think we were going to be?
I don't know. I never saw the YouTube actually evolving into something legitimate
I gotcha.
as far as that goes.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely not in that aspect.
I think we've made like some pretty tremendous progress in a few areas that's really cool to look back on, and I feel like we could have made more progress in other areas.
Yeah.
That's not so cool to look back on.
Agreed.
But yeah, I think all in all we've done okay, but no, I wouldn't have never guessed that we would be where we're at right now. Yeah, both positively and negatively, I'd say.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think in some spots we're right where we figured we would be, and then other spots were above, other spots were below. I think we're right where we're supposed to be.
Everything happens for a reason, right?
Right.
Gary says put a well besides or near the creek. Isn't that crazy? So as they were drilling our wells, I'm looking 50 yards across, and yeah, hundreds of thousands of gallons of water going by, and we have no water in ours. That kitty is tearing apart this chair. Are you gonna get her? I'm on comment control. Just give her a little swat.
Kitty?
How far from Boise National Forest are you? We're quite a ways. I'd say we're probably a good 8 or 9 hour drive from a Boise National Forest. We're way up in the Panhandle. Up by Canada, our great friends to the north, Great White North. Let's see. Janet, y'all are cute. Thank you, Janet, for popping in. Charlie Bennett, you wouldn't need a water either because a water pump. Yeah, exactly. They're talking about the gravity fed system. Wouldn't need a water pump because it would be so fast. I think that's what they're talking about. That's your cousin, isn't it? Oh, One Old Man's Garage. Don't usually catch you guys live from North Carolina, Phil.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Finally catching us.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Wednesday, so it's probably 8:30 there on the East Coast. So yeah, thanks for popping in. Hopefully it's not too humid out there in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Let's see. Gonjalt says, nice one. Brandon Holt asks if the utility company will allow us to disconnect. Absolutely. We have full power of that. They don't charge us to disconnect, but they will charge us to come and turn that transformer back on, I believe.
Yeah.
We don't plan on fully disconnecting. I'd like to run a grid tied system, but if we can't pull that, I know that's a bit of an expensive type system.
Yeah.
I would be very much okay with just disconnecting from them. We aren't on the best power grid. I would feel very safe going out there and saying that. It's pretty crazy. You'd see, just a regular incandescent light bulb very constantly, it kind of dims.
And a lot of people in the area have the problem.
Lots of people in this area have that exact same problem, whether it's in the summer, it's in the winter. I was on this same power grid at our previous homestead, did the exact same thing, so I don't have a ton of confidence in the grid that we're on. We don't experience a ton of outages, but they're definitely like a brownout.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Very, very regularly, too. It's super annoying to deal with that visually, and as well as like running just the compressor on the refrigerator. Very bad for something like that to not have enough power to have that like low amperage going through it. A lot of the electronics, very bad for that. So once we switch to an off-grid system, we shouldn't have any of that kind of dip in energy going on.
Right.
Because it'll be completely under control. If it ever dips, it'll just shut off.
Yeah.
And
the reason it is nice to be connected to the grid, right, for like certain things in the shop, like that use a lot of voltage.
Right.
You don't want to like suck your your power bank like completely dry doing like one little project. So that's definitely where it is nice.
Yeah, that's why a grid tied system would definitely be the best case scenario for us.
Having both, yeah.
Having both. And then I think for the most part, we would be in a surplus. I think we'd be feeding back into the grid. Not that they'll ever cut us a check, but we'll definitely have a surplus, you know, on our account. We'd have a credit on our account, I think. They definitely would never be sending us money for feeding their grid, but they'd definitely give us a credit, I believe. Yeah, so that's the goal there. Let's see.
We're just catching up on comments. Thank you guys for joining us. Over 200 people. Hope you're having a good Wednesday.
Guys.
Or whatever day it is where you are.
I think I got... Man, sometimes this do this. Oh, here we go. I'm getting caught back up. I think the comments like swipe down to the bottom when you're going too slow.
Oh, yeah.
With your excavator, this is Kentucky Bluegrass Living. With your excavator, are you going to dig a pond?
We have
I
thought
want a
about
pond.
that. Yeah. We have a spot down at the bottom that is kind of like a little swale. It's like almost a little swampy area. So we've kind of talked about like clearing that out. But yeah, we have also talked about digging a little pond.
I think eventually, yeah. We just we got to get our ducks in a row and figure a few things out first.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a pond. And I think it's tough to say, but I think we're just a touch lower than that creek level, so it might naturally fill itself up pretty quick. I have a sneeze somewhere up in there. It's tickling my nose.
Look at the light.
I don't want to. I'm gonna fight it. Let's see. Ram pump for the creek. Talking about pumping from the creek again. Yep. Charlie's out. Peace out.
That's probably a while ago. Bye, Charlie. Thank you.
Yeah, probably. Good evening from Ohio. Are kids in your future plans?
We got kids already.
Yeah, bunch of fur babies.
Bunch of fur babies.
Yeah. These ones you can't even leave at home by themselves. So we got a bunch.
Yeah.
Let's see. Robbie, Audrey, how's the project behind your house going? It's going good.
It's going good.
Got a lot of things in the works. Have you looked into using a featherboard on your table saw when you're making your shiplap? It would make your job a lot easier. Not sure what a featherboard is on the table saw, so I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, it's really not too hard as it is.
No, it's really not.
Takes a little bit of time, but the outcome's worth it.
Brent Clark from Roanoke, Virginia. Thanks for joining us, popping in. Molly says no dynamite. I disagree. Talking about the well.
Yeah.
Man, I am a bit...
not a fan of the dynamite.
Yeah, see? Everybody's talking about fracking. Well, I'm trying to get caught up here, guys. I'm trying to speed read here. Talking about utilizing the stream. We've talked about that. Yeah, so here's another one talking about they worked at a city well that used about 100 ounces of nitroglycerin, which I believe is C4. They fracked their well, turned into over 750 gallons a minute.
Oh, that's a lot.
There's some insane stories about people fracking their wells.
Yeah.
There's a lot of risk to run.
Probably good stories and bad stories.
Let's see. Talking about water wells. I'm just skimming through these guys trying to get caught back up. So Jim asked, Liz, are you still baking bread?
Am I still making bread? Not really. I haven't really, like, dabbled back into it, to be honest. I keep telling tonight I think I'm going to do it, though I need to start another sourdough starter. I, like, pretty much completely fell off the wagon with that. Have plans to get back on board with it. Just kind of got to do it. Yeah.
I feel like the bread is, like, almost not a summertime thing.
Yeah.
It'd be so hot baking in here. And
baking in general, yeah. But yes, I will definitely be getting back into it. And I haven't broken the bread maker back out either. I should and just kind of like see, because the last time I used the bread maker was during the winter. I know that like the temperature difference does make a difference in terms of like baking.
That's a good point,
so.
yeah. And the bread maker makes it easy.
Yeah.
That wouldn't heat this whole place up.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll try it.
Yeah, maybe we'll
Look
try
at that.
Yeah.
Cool. We got over 220 people in here. Thank you guys for
cool.
joining us. It's awesome. Yeah. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. If you got questions, drop them down below. We are probably a little far behind, but we will get to them. We're just picking our way through it. Let's see. Asking about the back wall. We got a lot of things in motion going on the back wall. Cabin in the Woods is in the house. Thanks for joining us.
What's up?
How is the satellite system doing? Well, I mean, I guess we could ask you guys that. How is it how's it done for this live stream? I haven't seen it drop. Ooh, sorry. I haven't seen it drop out on our end yet.
No, I think it's working really good.
Yeah, it seems to be working really well. I did see that there is some controversy going on with Dish Network and Starlink. Something about the bandwidths. I think it's like the 10G bandwidth or the 12G bandwidth. Yeah, Dish Network is trying to claim that as theirs. They're trying to like almost copyright that bandwidth as theirs, and yeah, giving Starlink a run for their money in that aspect. So
We'll see.
yeah.
See what happens.
We're hoping that that doesn't happen, because that would really make the signal messy, I think. So
Right. As of right now, it's really good.
yeah, seems to work great right now. Let's see. Molly says turn on notifications. That way you do not miss a live stream. That is a great idea, Molly.
good
Thank you
idea,
so much.
Molly.
Hamilton, Ontario. Great channel. Thank you very much.
Thank
That
you.
is from Paul Robertson. Buffalo Burger says hi.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Ron Allen wants to know what takes priority on the inside of the house as far as what's left to do.
I'd say the apartment. Just finishing the walls, finishing like the electrical work, the bathroom. That's really like, I mean, there is some downstairs work left to do, but I think just the upstairs in general kind of takes precedence of
Yeah.
like what we want to finish inside the most. As of right now, since we're like living here while we're building, you know, we're not like living in a separate camper waiting to completely finish the place. We get just comfortable with like it being unfinished. So I think sometimes we really have to like kick ourselves into gear. Like, okay, you don't have to live like this, you know, like finish your freaking house.
Yeah.
But it does take a little bit of time, just like how we're choosing to do it with like the shiplap, since we're milling it ourselves. I go back and forth a lot. I'm like, let's just buy drywall and like finish it, you know. But then the next day I'm like, no, it'll be fine. It'll be worth the wait. So yeah, I think it'll be really nice when we finish the apartment. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Empty Box, hello from Norway.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm just trying to run through all this. Power Flicker's in town. Robbie Autry asked what we pay in power every month. It's about $80 a month. Molly says it's a ghost. It's not a power problem.
Oh, could be. This house shouldn't be haunted. I mean, the property could be haunted.
How's the chicken coop coming?
It's coming good.
Yep. Update on that in the latest video. We had a break-in attempt.
Yep.
We foiled their attempt though.
Yes, we did.
Asking about the Hillside. We're got that in the motion. Any trespassers out here in Idaho? People, as far as trespassing goes, are pretty respectful, thankfully, and everybody.
Oh,
Did it come right back? Cool. Yeah. So that was the first blip in the Starlink of this live stream. So hopefully that's good. People are just kind of talking about grid tied systems there. What you going to do when you have kids? Bigger house?
Our house is big.
Yeah.
This is a big house.
I think we could definitely fit some people in here.
Yeah.
Fracking can be done with air pressure. Yep, we looked into that. Very expensive. Robbie asked if you're still doing the birch water. We did not tap the birch trees this year. We had just too much on our plate trying to figure out the garden and the lower landing and all that stuff. So we didn't do the birch water. There wasn't that big of a market to it, honestly.
No, I would like to do it, like, even if we don't try to sell it, like, I don't know, just do it to drink, you know? It's supposed to be really good for it. Ooh,
Yeah.
Looks like we just got a super chat.
Let's see, I'll click on it here.
Oh.
Justin McCullough, $5. Thank you very much
thank
for the
you.
super chat, Justin. No question, it just says good
Let
job.
us know if you have a question.
Yes,
Thank you.
very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's see. Air pressure, Wile E. Coyote, let's see. Have you guys caught the Rona? Probably a couple times. Another way you can utilize, get a metal detector, go hunting for gold. Yep. Once we slow down on projects and like get our feet back under us, we will definitely be doing a little panning in that creek. That is for sure. Don't have much time when you're doing outside things. Why do you start YouTube? What's your thoughts on maintaining your channel? I think the reason was starting the YouTube was to try to be genuine with it. We noticed that a lot of these homesteading channels are in it for like the fad. And Liz and I, we didn't just move here to try to start something like this. We kind of grew up in this lifestyle a little bit, more or less. And we just saw a lot of these channels that were doing it strictly to get into it for the money, I think, and the fame. And we just wanted to try to open the door to say, like, yeah, that's not totally how it is all the time. Like, here's like the real world version of it.
Yeah.
A little bit. That was my goal, at least when I first started it.
Yeah, the YouTube channel has been like a really big learning curve, that's for sure. There's just so much to it, like jumping into like an online business. Always trying to like stay up to date with things and like stay relevant. It can be pretty exhausting sometimes.
It is.
But I think there's more good than bad. You know, we're able to kind of like focus our like priorities on like the things that we really want to do, which has been really nice.
Yeah.
I think that the good definitely outweighs the bad, and like we plan on
Definitely.
sticking with it until we can't anymore.
We have content for years around here, so yeah, we definitely plan on sticking with it. It's hard to detach, I feel like, from this, you know, even on the weekends, on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's hard to not feel guilty about, you know, not making a video or not working on a project.
Yeah, you feel like anytime you're doing anything, it almost feels like you should have your phone out and like filming it, you know?
Right.
I feel like it can pretty quickly turn into like not very healthy because you live together, you work together, you know, you like to eat, sleep, breathe
Film
together.
yeah,
so
everything.
We're definitely, I feel like we're still kind of going through that, but
we've definitely figured it out a lot more.
Yeah, we're getting there for sure.
Once we learn to start to say like, okay, today, like, we don't have to film anything.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing our own thing
and
today.
Just try to like actually check out mentally too.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, it's been fun, and we appreciate you guys like sticking with us for sure.
Let's see. So people are just talking about a bunch of stuff here. Gonjalt says Starlink is pretty stable. That's pretty funny because that was probably right before it dropped out. Hopefully the dropout wasn't too bad for you guys here.
Comes and goes.
Talking about smashing that like button. Yeah, please don't forget.
Appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much. Sales productions. You ever get a multi-pack of bandsaw blades? We did.
Yeah.
So what we found for our bandsaw, a lot of you guys may or may not know that we run the Harbor Freight bandsaw mill. When we bought it, it was the cheapest mill you can buy, and the biggest downside to the Harbor Freight mill is its blade. So what we found is you can actually go to Wood Miser's website. Wood Miser is a completely separate sawmill brand. They build their own sawmills, they make their own blades, and they are kind enough to provide blades for different brands of sawmills, different lengths of blades, different models of sawmills, and they offer the option for the Harbor Freight sawmill. So that's what we did. We scooped up, I think, a 15-pack of their blades. And we have yet to run them. I have a brand new one on the mill, ready to go. We just haven't made a cut with it yet.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it, though. I'm super stoked on the Wood Miser brand blades. That's a very good brand of mill, let alone blades.
Right.
So they should slice right through that. And then the big bonus with their blades is they have a sharpening program and or a replacement program. So you can send the blades back to get them sharpened for a lesser cost. If the blade is too far gone, they'll send you a replacement at an even lesser cost as well than purchasing just a brand new blade.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good gig that they got going on there. Yeah, so we'll keep you guys updated on those blades, and you know, when we have to get them sharpened, how smooth that process goes, and this and that.
Yeah, that's a good option for sure, being able to sharpen them.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see, here we go. Talking about this, let's see, Robert Reeder from Pennsylvania.
Hello.
In the house. Talking about this, retaining wall, we got that going on in the works. Oh, let's see what we got here. John says we're looking good. Thank you very much, John.
It's summer, we're happy, we're healthy.
Sunline says, do you have plans to extend the cutting length of your bandsaw mill anytime soon? I would love to get it done before winter. We have a massive pile of lumber down at the bottom, all over 30 feet. I want to be able to cut at least a 16-foot board on that mill. I would say there's a decent chance of it happening here before winter.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
We just kind of need to get our butts in gear. I've been watching the steel prices, and they're still much higher than what they were 2 or 3 years ago. I think we're just gonna have to bite the bullet and do it.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. I think the longer we wait, it's just gonna be more and more detrimental. We might as well get it done, and that way we can start cutting some bigger timbers too. I think Liz and I eventually want to evolve into, once we have all the lumber milled for this place and it's complete, we can start doing custom cut lumber for people. And we're definitely not going to be doing custom cut lumber at only 9 feet long.
Right.
So we definitely need to get that extended.
For sure.
Let's see. Sales Productions loves the cats and dogs and show them in the videos. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fun.
Ron says, what would your next dream purchase be? Anything goes.
Dream purchase. We've been talking a lot about truck bed campers.
Yeah, starting to like maybe vlog Idaho, travel around Idaho a little bit. Yeah, truck bed camp. Not even a new one. I'd you know, look. I've been looking at like some 75s, 80s.
Yeah, we want to
just something waterproof.
We want to get our house to the point of like pretty much being finished, so that would. But I'd say that would be really cool. It would be. Yeah.
A truck bed camper.
A truck bed camper.
I think that's a good move. I think we really want to show you guys around Idaho. I think a guy could take 2, 3, 4 years just exploring Idaho and still not see all of it. Yeah, so I think a truck bed camper could really enable us to take you guys along on all these camping trips or fishing trips, stuff like that, where it still gives us a spot that's, you know, self-contained and mobile to do this job, to still, you know, be connected and still edit videos and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good option.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Philip enjoys the channel. Thank you for joining us, Philip.
Thank you.
Liz is getting stronger, and John is asking, which iPhone do we run? I think they're 11 Pros. So it's an older model for sure. If you guys follow along on the channel, you know none of the stuff we're running is brand new.
Yeah.
It's
Isn't
all
that crazy?
the old
Like
stuff.
it's a nice phone, but it's like, Apple just like so continuously makes the new phones that like you get it and then it's outdated all of a sudden.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, within like 4 months, you're brand new. Your $1,500 iPhone, you buy a brand new one. Yeah, outdated. Yeah, so these are older phones. We got them used, got them off of eBay.
Yeah,
They were
good.
fine. Yep. But yeah, at least for what we do, I think the Pro model is definitely a must.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, I think there's.
What do we got popping up here? Let me scroll
Spammy.
down. There we go. So hey, somebody looks like they're spamming. So if you guys could just report all of these ones that start popping up. We've unfortunately had this on the channel. Any of these spam messages that you guys see popping up in the comments, whether it's this video or other videos, if you'd be so kind to just report those, we appreciate it. It's the only way to get them taken down. We've contacted YouTube. A lot of other channels are having this problem. YouTube really needs to be more diligent with it, honestly. It's unacceptable that somebody should be able to go in and basically mimic accounts.
Yeah.
They need to either start offering verification processes for smaller channels or just not even letting these people have the option
Yeah, seriously.
to go in there. So yeah, if you guys could go through and mark any of these comments that are spam as spam. I see a few of them popping up here.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate it. It helps us out. And it's not like we're not doing it. It's the more people that mark these comments as spam, the higher chance it has of actually getting something done.
And the faster you do it too, like the less chance that someone's gonna click on it and get spammed, basically.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a real shame. YouTube needs to do their diligence.
Yeah.
I will say that. So Grizz says they have a Harbor Freight sawmill. He upgraded from the 1.25" blade to the 1.5" blade, and it has less waves when the blade is dull. So, you know how we start to see kind of a wave when the blade is dulling?
Yeah, yeah.
So with a wider blade, there's more material, which is giving it less of a chance to flex.
Okay.
I've seen a couple people upgrade to that as well. I think it does put just a bit more pressure on your engine, a bit more on the drive and stuff. But yeah, we've definitely pondered upgrading to the 1.5". We just haven't done it. But yeah, that's cool to know that as it dulls, that makes sense. Yeah, a little less wave to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to do some more?
Sure.
Not that one.
Which one? Okay, yeah.
Grizz right there.
All right, you guys, switching back. Bear with us. Thank you for thank you for being here.
Yeah, beautiful Wednesday.
Do you enjoy the hillside property, or do you wish it was more flat?
I like the hillside.
Yeah, I think like pros and cons of both. It is kind of cool living on a mountain. We have lots of different, like lots of, I don't even know how you say it, like native grasses and like wildflowers and stuff like that, which is really cool. And then we do have the option, like we've said before, like doing like a gravity fed water system, and like collecting water that way. So I like that. And then it's a nice view from the mountain. But it would be nice to have more like flat acreage, just to, like, we're pretty limited on like space, like even just for our garden, unless we want to go through and like actually cut out parts of the hillside. But
Right.
we've seen what happens when we do that. Like, you have to do it like definitely right, and like pretty much have it engineered for it to be safe.
Yeah.
So there's pros and cons. I'd say that overall we like living on a mountain.
We're learning how to work with the mountain.
Learning how to work
that's
with
for
the
sure.
mountain. Yeah, but we like it. I don't think I'd change anything, unless somebody like offered us this big chunk of land or something.
Man, what the way land prices are right now,
I know.
it's worth a big chunk.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh.
So let's see. Our cabin in the woods. You guys always keep it real, and I want to say thanks for doing that. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We really
Thank you.
do.
I'm gonna get some water.
Jerry from Alberta. Hello.
Alberta.
See, do you own a mountain or do you get a permit for your lumber? So we have 10 acres, just about, yeah, both. We have just about 10 acres of like woodland forested land. So we are able to harvest trees like from our property, but then we do have to get a permit in terms of like firewood. If we wanted to go into like state land off our property and like get firewood there, you do have to have a permit. You can get a federal permit to get on like federal land. For Forest Service, yeah. So yeah, a little bit of both. We definitely harvest off our own property, and then as well as off our property too. Let's see.
I was gonna say, when we bought the property, I bet like 20 or 30 years ago, it had already been logged. So we don't have a ton of massive trees, only a handful of really good sized trees.
Yeah.
And they left those as cedars, you know, to seed what is growing now.
Yeah, which there's a ton of smaller trees.
Ton of smaller trees. So we eventually are going to have to go through and thin those smaller trees out, which unfortunately are not going to be big enough to be used as firewood.
It is true, because they are like really bunched together.
Tiny, very
Yeah.
tiny. So we're going to have to thin those out to have a healthy ecosystem here, to have a healthy
sure.
forest.
Yeah.
So that is kind of the downside to that. But there definitely are a few of these hefty trees that we could use for firewood. But I would say the bulk of our firewood comes off of state and federal land, which, yeah, you need to have a permit for.
Yeah.
And they check those permits.
Yeah, I think this year, hopefully, we're going to try. A lot of you guys might know that we bought a couple loads of lumber, and then we harvested a bunch of ourselves earlier this spring. So we might have enough firewood just from like
We'll see.
scrounging around. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, lots of mill ends
Yeah.
that we got piled up already. So yeah, we might have enough, but yeah, we'll definitely have to go out and get a truckload or 3.
Yeah, we cut it pretty close this last winter. I think we definitely had
Yeah.
some cardboard fires.
We
there,
were burning cardboard boxes by the end of the winter.
which is fine. We kind of knew that like that's how it would be, but we got close enough. We were never like freezing. You know, it gets to the point where it's like springtime. It's still a bit chilly in the morning. But yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. It was like slightly uncomfortable. There were a couple mornings where it would be like 50 degrees in the house, and
Yeah.
we're waiting for the sun to hit the house to
Yeah.
warm the house up.
Yeah. Okay, so Grizz said it's only about $500 to build your own tracks 20-footer, and much better than adding on.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. Probably just do 2 20-foot sticks of angle. I think it may be like a 3x3 angle. Yep, and that's my goal as well. No seams at all.
Yeah. John says Idaho is massive. It's 2/3 the size of California. Idaho is a big state. It's a very diverse state. Like from the southern end to the northern end, it's like
Completely
it's completely different. But it's a beautiful state all the way through.
It is, yeah. Beautiful state.
Yeah, we love it here. So our cabin in the woods says he follows this channel, Mav. He does a truck camping thing. He has almost 2 million followers.
Wow! So
Yeah.
there's a market.
There's a market there.
Wow.
For sure. Yeah, that would be cool. That's kind of our goal, to do a little bit more like lifestyle stuff. Not that we're like 100% burnt out on building yet, We want to get our house finished.
We want to get our house finished. That was the whole goal of the channel originally, hence the name Laid Back Living. I don't know, I mean, we could probably count on one hand how many laid back videos we've actually made.
Yeah.
You know, so that was the goal with the channel initially. Hey, let's do this, and then let's try to transition it into, let's show everybody the outdoors that are just right around us.
Right.
And I mean, the possibilities are endless just within, you know, an hour drive. We have so many different options for content.
Yeah.
So that was the goal initially.
For sure.
Hopefully we can start to transition into that one of these days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next summer. Maybe the end of this summer.
Yeah. Ron says, any real regrets so far? What would you change, if anything?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I'd look into a solar setup a lot more than tying right up to the grid initially.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. I think there's also a benefit to that too, though. I don't know if that would straight up be a regret.
Yeah.
I would say no regrets, really.
Yeah, no regrets, really. Maybe, like, I mean, I feel like in terms of, like, the retaining wall, that would have just been the difference between, like, moving into the place sooner and, like, probably living in the camper through the winter.
We would have lived through the camper if we did a retaining wall then.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no regrets, though. I think I'm happy with where we are.
Yeah, we're figuring it all out.
Yeah, we're in a good spot.
Yeah. I think you live and you learn, you know? No regrets.
Let's see. I'm curious about annoying/stringent permitting and inspection processes where you live, or is it more open, letting you build what you want by yourself without having to hire out big money? Yeah.
Definitely a little later.
Yeah, you can do pretty much anything you want, at least in our county, even throughout the state. Like, each county is different.
Mm-hmm.
But with the county that we're in, it's pretty relaxed in terms of inspections and all that.
Inspections, permitting, yeah. I would say in general across the state of Idaho, and there's probably a few other states left. Yeah, it's very minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Kind of the last land of the free, let you do what you want type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thank you for who has reported that spam. We appreciate it.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Pretty
it's
annoying.
Such a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
I hate that. So, yeah. Anybody on here, like, we should just touch on that again. We will never ask you in the comments to contact us through Telegram or WhatsApp or whatever heck else they got trying to do that. If we don't do hardly any giveaways, but when we do these giveaways, we'll make a video saying, hey, you know, so-and-so, please email us. We have our Laid Back Living Idaho email. So yeah, thank you guys for reporting those. And it's not like we're not reporting them. It's just the more people that reports that, the better chance that YouTube is actually going to see it and do something about it.
Yeah, I know a lot of channels are having the same issues.
Tons of channels, some big channels too, and it's garbage. That it's unacceptable that it's happening.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so late to the channel. Are you going to build a smoker for meat and such?
Yep. Eventually. Eventually, yeah. We do have just a portable smoker right now. That, man, I haven't used that thing in like over a year.
Yeah.
We need to get back in the swing of things. We've just been really focused on the construction aspect of all that.
For sure.
Rather than the homesteading, where we finally got into it some this year with the meat chickens and the garden.
Yeah.
And stuff. But yeah, definitely smoker.
Definitely. Steve is here from Vermont.
Nice. What is up?
We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for joining in. It is, let's see, 82. So it got a little chillier. Did it? Yeah, because it was almost 89.
Chillier.
Right? Well, I'm just watching the temperature. It's like fluctuating all over the place.
Yeah. Steve says, I thought you were going to say tractor for your dream purchase. Tractor would be cool.
Tractor would be cool.
Yeah. There's I guess there's a lot of things that I would really like.
Yeah. See where your priorities are.
What? Oh, with the camping. Yeah.
Having fun.
I know.
Laid back living.
Heck yeah. Does Wood Miser offer a carbide tipped blade? Does anyone?
I know they do. I don't know if they do for the Harbor Freight Mill.
Yeah.
But I believe they do. They got a couple different grades of blades. The Wood Miser ones. Yeah. I believe for the Harbor Freight one, they only offer one option. I'm guessing it's just their standard blade. You know, whatever it is, their ripper blade, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe they do have a carbide tip.
Do you have any bad injury stories?
Not from doing this.
Oh, we got another more spammy comments.
This is unacceptable, man. It's not cool that people could do that. So like, I remember back in the day, there were some that, like, you couldn't allow comments this fast. You could
Yeah.
comment once every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just for that reason. You know?
Annoying.
It's super annoying.
Ooh, Deborah has a tornado warning.
Tornado warning. Uh-oh. Man, hopefully everybody's going to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're lucky up here. No tornadoes up here.
Yeah.
Although it has been really windy.
It's actually, been windier this year than ever before.
Ever before,
Yeah.
yeah. The
So-
poles are shifting. I don't know if you guys knew that. The poles are shifting. That's why it's windy. I swear.
Do we have a log splitter? Yeah, right? We were talking about that earlier, actually. Like, we will purchase a log splitter, like, in the future, I'm sure. But, like, as of right now, I feel like Mike and I are young enough and it keeps us in good enough shape to where, like, splitting it by hand's really not that bad. I think.
I think we're going to be able to use the excavator for a bit of the splitting as well. Just with the thumb and the bucket.
Yeah.
Split them right in half.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's really not too bad splitting them by hand.
Yeah, this year. We're not going to get a splitter this year, but yeah, in the future, I'm sure.
In the future. Yeah, but even one of those, you know, say we are able to find a gas splitter, you know, look at the fuel price.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you just got to factor all that stuff in.
We're into the sweat equity right now.
Big
We're
time
at
into
that
the sweat equity.
point in our life. Sweat equity.
Yeah. Got it. It's the only way to get ahead.
Yeah. In Texas, we have a real big fire out by Dallas, hoping to be out by next week.
Man,
I don't
that
hear
sucks.
wildfires in Texas much.
Yeah, hopefully that works out. Wildfires, man. It's not cool. They put out 6 of them on the side of the highway here the other day. It's like somebody was intentionally
You get that, like, every
flicking
year,
stuff
it
out.
seems
Yeah,
like.
there were 6 of them, like, right in a row on the side of the highway.
People
It's
suck.
stupid. People suck sometimes, yeah.
Let's see here. Can someone from out of state get a permit to harvest on federal land? I'd say
For
probably.
firewood?
For firewood, yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I would say probably.
Yeah.
I don't think
I don't think there's,
I don't
like, an
know if that's a
out-of-state
residency
versus-
thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen that.
Because, like, even when you fill out the permit, like, you pay them $12 and
Yeah, I don't think it's a residency thing
Yeah.
at all.
for sure. Let's see. Idaho is over 60% government land. Yep.
Yep.
Lots of cool spots to explore.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
Most of it is still public. A lot of these timber companies are trying to change that, which is not cool. They're mostly just getting their foot in the access to the public land. So, like, say a timber company will own the first 2 acres. And that 2 acres will have a road on it that accesses 200,000 acres. The timber company thinks it's okay to put the gate closed on their 2 acres, blocking access to those 200,000. So even though it does say that a lot of this land is public, the timber companies are definitely trying to have a say about that.
Yeah.
Not cool. Not cool at all. It's not like people are tearing up their land. They're just trying to take the road, you know, use the road that's there for access.
Right.
Yeah, not cool. But we do have lots of public land. You just, and unfortunately anymore, you got to hike up into it.
Right. Yeah, that's something it seems like we're, like, constantly fighting as, like, recreationalists, you know. A lot of people up in this area.
Lots of gates getting closed lately. Lots and lots of gates, which just, it closes access, and it really puts a damper on everything, because now you've closed so much access, you're funneling the people to the one spot that's open, and now that one spot is just
Flooded.
overflowing with
Yeah.
people. So yeah, it's just not cool. This is trying to die. I'm gonna try to plug this charger into it.
Hopefully it works.
Hopefully we don't get any bad feedback off the sound. That's what we were fighting with here in the beginning. Just bear with us for
just try
1
it.
second.
Let us know
here.
about the sound. I'm just gonna keep going. Let's see. Hello
right.
from Kansas City. Hello.
Hopefully we don't have any bad feedback. We'll be monitoring the comments. Anybody has any bad sound, reverb, or anything,
Yeah, let us know.
let us know. Yeah, we're just trying to not have this die. Hopefully it's charging. Cool.
What are any of our interesting hobbies?
Interesting hobbies. I mean, we like the outdoors.
Yeah, like the outdoors.
I guess it depends on what your idea of interesting would be.
Yeah.
I mean, we hunt, we fish, we dirt bike, we
I love thrifting.
snowmobile, thrifting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thrifting. Quite a lot.
Cool.
Of
So I'm
fun.
seeing a bunch popping up. The sound is good.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank
Right
you
on.
guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thrifting.
Thrifting.
Not that that's very interesting, but.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ice skating.
Ice skating. Oh, that's fun. That was fun this year. Really.
That was
we
fun.
went out once this year. And
That's another reason to dig a pond.
yeah.
Have a little hockey rink right down at the bottom. We could get some pond hockey, some pickup games going on, maybe a little league.
My only qualm about a pond is like we don't have that much space, you know.
But it's a pond.
I'm just saying.
With a diving board.
Any future projects in the works?
Always.
Always.
Literally
yeah.
always.
There's seriously, I mean, every time we feel like we check a project off the list, 10 more get added. Yeah, we're 2 years into this, you know, building a house, like homesteading journey, I guess, and it's definitely like a lifelong journey, I'd say.
Yes.
So we've got lots to learn.
The list is long.
The list is long.
Yeah. That's a good thing, though. It keeps us on our toes, keeps us young.
Yeah, keeps us busy.
Yeah. Man, we got over 200 people in here still, so thank you guys for joining us. Looks like we got people all over the world in.
That interesting.
For popping in. If you haven't already, please consider liking. It helps boost the channel, so maybe some more people could tune in and hang out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully everybody as well. Thank you.
You could do a thrifting video for sure.
Don't say that. We could not.
I mean, if you follow us on Instagram, that's where I do more stuff like that, like reels or shorts. Probably wouldn't do like full-on videos on the channel, but reels or shorts, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be all about it. I actually think about that a lot because whenever I do go thrifting, I find really good stuff. So I'm like, I don't know why I didn't make a video about that.
You guys are enabling her. Thanks. I don't mind.
I'm sure. He loves it, actually.
You find some good stuff sometimes.
I know. I do. I love it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Let's see. Any more news about the grizzly bear?
Grizzly bear. What did I hear about the grizzly bear?
It's been spotted a lot,
there's a couple.
There's a couple that have been
just
spotted
killed
a
some
lot.
more. Where was it?
I don't know. Elmira, I think, was
I
the
think it's
latest.
making its way south.
Yeah, there's lots of black bears too in the area, but like the grizzly bears are the ones that are pretty uncommon for like being this low and like being spotted this frequently.
We just had a guy, over the weekend, I believe, or just prior to this past weekend, across the border, just a little bit over in Montana. He had 2 wolves in his barn trying to get to his rabbits and his goats, I believe. We've just had a weird spring. It seems like all these big predators are coming down very low, and maybe it's because there's so many more houses going in all of a sudden. They're making them move around, but lots of encounters with
Predators.
big predators.
Yeah.
It seems like this spring. Not, just like your coyote or your black bear. We got grizzly bears being encountered, attacking livestock.
Yeah.
Wolves encountered attacking livestock, which for us around here is pretty uncommon.
Yeah.
Pretty
I think
uncommon
it
for
really
sure.
could have a lot to do with like the influx of people coming in and
think
like
so.
more people are visiting the woods, making it so that like the animals have less room.
Right.
Making it so their territory is going to become larger, and like the chances of running into an animal are going to be higher. Yeah.
Yeah, I've hunted here for the last 18 years, and I've never seen a grizzly bear ever in my life in person.
And now there's like half a dozen
They're
sightings
all over
like,
the place. Yeah.
just within the last couple months.
It's super weird. Yeah, very odd.
It's weird.
You'll see in our next video that we did have a predator come at our chicken coop. We don't know what it is, but if you watch that video, you'll see what we think it was, and it definitely wasn't a small animal.
Yeah.
So, but the coop held up.
Yeah, we did a good
somehow.
job.
Yeah,
with the coop.
it definitely gave it a run for its money. That's for sure. It was very close to getting into it, but it didn't.
Yeah.
So you have to check that out.
So we were able to like reassess that. Yeah.
Yeah, it held up.
For sure.
Yeah.
Garage sailing videos are popular.
Weird. I would have never even thought of that.
Yeah, I mean.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've seen a lot like on TikTok and Instagram for sure.
Neat. I
Yeah.
never would have guessed to make a video out of that. Yard sailing.
People are into it.
Man, you can vlog anything.
Anything.
Yep, vlog it all.
Do you do ice fishing? I've only ever done it once in my life.
Yeah, same.
That was probably enough for me, but.
I don't mind it. I feel like ice fishing is like mostly about the drinking, not the fishing itself.
Fishing in general, I feel like.
But even like summertime fishing, like you can mosey around in a kayak and catch your
Yeah.
line. Like ice fishing, you're just sitting there
Yeah.
over your hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been super into it, but I would like to, get into it just because I know some of the fishing can be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Through the ice,
For
pike
sure.
and perch.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Very
maybe
cool.
this winter.
Let's see. Cosmos Logic. I have an electric log splitter and use it to crush soda cans to 1/4 inch. About 6 at one time. Not that high in price, around $200. Thought I would mention it. Okay, yeah. I have looked at those electric ones.
Yeah, my dad he's been running the electric one for a long time. I think he's on his second one now.
Yeah, he splits all his wood with that, huh?
Yeah, I think the first one lasts like 8 years.
Yeah. How is the heat for you in your state? Crazy hot here in the deep south.
Yeah, we're talking
It
about
got
that.
up close to 90 degrees today, not quite 90 as a high, which is like pretty hot for Idaho. I mean, pretty typical in the summertime though. But like we were really fortunate, at least up here in like the panhandle of Idaho. It was a really, really wet spring and early summer. So we're not completely like seeing the effects of like dry, like wildfires and stuff like
Right.
that. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
It was just a wet spring. So like the heat is a little bit more manageable when you have like bodies of water that you can go to.
It's definitely drying out quick though.
Yeah, really quick.
Really quick. Yeah, how'd you get in?
The cat. I
Yeah.
locked her downstairs and she probably went under the door
Yeah, she found a way.
or over the wall.
Oh yeah, probably over.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see.
yeah, definitely drying out quick.
Do
What?
we have any big
Okay.
hogs?
You're on TV.
This is Ida.
I guess it's not TV, it's YouTube.
Yeah, we don't really have any hogs.
Any
Wild hogs up here.
Oh yeah, no wild
Yeah.
hogs.
Let's see. I think we're mostly caught up on the who is the best shot. Definitely Mike.
Definitely Mike.
Yeah, definitely Mike.
Definitely Mike.
Well, I'm betting on Liz. No. Maybe with a bow and arrow, but
Oh,
I'm just
jeez.
kidding.
You are a pretty good shot with a bow.
no. But no, Mike's definitely a better shot.
So about 81 degrees, 81 degrees right now Fahrenheit. I don't know what that converts to Celsius because they never taught us that in school.
America.
Yep, America.
So yeah, you.
Not that I'm proud of it.
No.
Yeah.
How's
Probably
the
should
boat?
know.
The boat is collecting cobwebs right now.
High and dry.
Yeah, we need to do some work. For any of you guys that have like been around the channel for at least a year, we had our boat in last summer, had some
grab her.
engine problems, and haven't readdressed it this year. We just had a lot going on this summer. But that's another goal of ours, is to get that boat up and running. And I think it'd be really cool to like putz around on the lake and like go to different spots, like take a week and just like camp it.
That'd be good
Different
vlogging
spots.
there.
The boat's pretty cool. It's a 1969 Orlando Clipper with like a nice, I wouldn't even really call it a cabin, just like a front.
It's like a cuddy cabin
yeah,
is what it's
just
called.
like a front area
Small cabin.
that we like did like a bed in, like built up a little bed, and it's pretty cool. So that's definitely in the future plans. Like future laid back living will be that
On a boat.
on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sporadically.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a cool boat. Hopefully we
It
get
is
it
a cool
going
boat.
soon.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully.
My
We always
nose
say
is all
next
itchy.
summer, but
Yeah.
hopefully. Yeah, once we get things like a little bit more slowed down here, Mike and I want to get our apartment finished. It would just be really cool to like get your apartment finished so that you can like go take trips and then come back and not come back to like an unfinished house. It'd be nice to come back to something that's finished.
Have some real floors other than just plywood.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll get there.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
One thing at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Any cougars up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, luckily those don't really mess with us that much. That's the scary thing about cougars though, is they'll see you and you'll never see them.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's not natural for a human to be walking through the woods and looking up into the trees.
Yeah.
You're always kind of scanning the ground, and 9 times out of 10, if you encounter a cougar, it's going to be up in a tree already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
it'll see you. But yeah, they're definitely out here. Really smart animal, so you don't hear about sightings that often. Just for that reason, it's such a smart animal. It avoids humans constantly.
Yeah, for sure.
She is ripping this apart back here.
You got her?
Yeah, I got her.
There's a hole in the little chair back there, and she's just having fun ripping all the stuff
It's
out.
a lot bigger now because of you.
All right, we're gonna do a few more comments here and then pop off probably.
All right.
Let's see.
Hope
How
you're
did
staying
we
here.
meet?
Liz was working at a brewery.
I was a beer tender.
Yep, and I was going out to have a good luck beer before a day of hunting, and it worked.
And that's where we met.
Yep.
Well, we'd met a couple times before that, but
yeah,
we met at the brewery.
I shot a big elk that day, that morning after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck charm.
Good luck charm, Lizzie Lou.
Let's see here. That's how we met. What skills would we like to learn?
All the skills.
I have a sewing machine that I got as a gift, and I have not really yet learned how to use it. So that is probably one of the first things that I want to learn how to like actually get good at.
Yeah, sewing.
Would be sewing. Yeah. I think that there's a good not like a good market, but there's a lot of like clothes to be made. Like if you were to find something at the thrift store that you don't really like, but you can like cut it up and make it into something else. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so sewing would be mine.
All right.
Would
Kitty.
be your skill that you want to learn?
I think pottery would be cool. I'd love to have a pottery wheel and like a kiln and make her own stuff. I'm trying to hold her. She's gonna go right back to this chair.
You could lock her in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to like make her own set of plates and mugs and stuff and sell that.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I'd love to know how to do
Really,
that.
really cool.
Yeah.
We're mostly caught up. One more question about the garden. The garden's, it's going all right for what it is. It's definitely no first year garden, you know. Can't really expect it to be like
Look, right back to it. I told
amazing, but it's going okay. We're not gonna have like enough of a harvest to like do any preservation or anything like that. But we have enough to like snack on peas, and we've been eating a lot of beets because that's something that's done really good. The squash is actually doing really good. Once I like start spouting off things that are doing good, it sounds like we have a lot more.
It's not too bad.
The squash is doing good. We've got cucumbers that are doing good. Lettuce is doing good. So yeah,
It's all doing pretty decent.
all doing decent.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's not doing great,
No,
but it's all doing pretty
it's
decent.
all decent. Yeah,
Purring.
so cute. Yeah, her name is Ida. We call her Squeaky Sue because she just like makes the squeakiest little noises.
Squeakiest little meow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's spoiled.
she's pretty funny. But yeah, she's tearing up our chair back there, so now you're in timeout.
I locked her.
She
in
doesn't seem to mind.
No, she's purring. She loves timeout.
Can't even punish her.
No.
Huh. Yeah, well, thank you guys for joining us. Looks like we got just about
Yes.
200 in here. We held that mark, man. That is awesome. Thank you
I
guys
know,
so much.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, super cool. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed this.
It's been fun for us. We
been
like
fun
catching
for
up
us.
with you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, we still have things in the works. Our house is still standing, and we have plans to keep it that way.
Yes. Big plans.
Yeah, garden's going good. Lots of stuff in the works. We appreciate you guys being here.
As always, we will keep you updated on everything that we're doing. Yeah, we don't let you guys out of anything. Pretty much everything we're doing, you guys know about.
Some stuff's like behind the scenes, but
A little behind the scenes, but eventually it all comes to light. So
for sure.
yeah, we got a lot going on, and as we address that, you guys will see it.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Hope
See ya.
see you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.